Okay then. Now we only have a little bit left up to the eye of the hook. We have about a centimeter. Maybe a little more. But there's still a little bit there where we can fit some deer hair in. And for that part, I usually like to do red, especially for the basic ones, just because it kind of gives off the impression of a mouth or blood at times, and the fish really key in on that. So the more red I can add in there with that green, the better. Screwed up a little bit here, which is normal. This part of the fly can be very hard. In fact, you can see a lot of my hair is just falling out, which isn't good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all that out. It's okay because I'm right here now. Don't give me too many problems. Go back in there. And hopefully this time it'll stay. I'm just going to do 2 wraps and pull tight, and a third. Press that. Sometimes you have to mend it around too if it didn't give you a good cover up, which is what I'm doing right now. It didn't really spread like the way I wanted it to, so I'm kind of spreading it out with my fingers myself. Now I'm going to push back. And there's really not any more I can do with the front of this fly. It is right there, right at the eye of the hook. It's done. So what I'm going to do is get my whip finisher. Just a basic one, because this is only a size 4. You don't need a huge whip finisher. Put it up against that eye. Try not to get any fibers in there with your whip finish. It can be hard, but just try not to. Again, just 2 wraps. Pull up. Looks like I actually have something here. Just pull that out. Pull down. There you go. Broke off. Should be okay. I think that'll hold. It has 2 whip finishes in. Now if you notice with this fly before, I have rubber legs here on the body. The reason I didn't do that right now is because it's a lot. It just takes a little longer, and this video is already going to be long as is, and I've used flies without them before, so this fly should work out just fine. Now that the line's been taken off and the fly is pretty much done, all you got to do is take your big scissors and we're going to trim it. Because right now, this thing just looks like a big puff ball of nothing. That thing's just not going to hit. Basically, I try to go at about a 45-degree angle on top and then around, and the bottom is going to be about a centimeter under, straight back. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this upside down, and we're going to start trim the bottom. This is the worst part of the fly because you cannot screw this part up. If you screw this up, it's back to square one, tying on that deer hair, because this is what actually forms the shape of the fly. Now mine's not going to look too perfect today. I'm just kind of screwing around with it. But it'll still catch me fish, so I'm still going to try it. Try and push back some more of that deer here. Now we're going to go at a 45-degree angle. Just clip and trim. You want to leave those fibers on the back too. That looked like I had the needle points on them. Notice I'm just taking my time, clipping very slowly. Just trimming up every little bit I can. Now it's actually kind of looking like a popper. What we're going to do now. It's actually sometimes easier too if you have a razor. I just like scissors because I can take my time with it and actually carve out each little shape that I want. But if you have a razor, that's even better. We're just going to keep trimming it down until we get to the right size. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfectly round. It's usually a little better if you can. Gives it better action the more round it is. Try to get that bit back there more. Turn it around, still have a little bit there. Try to get. Look. That's an alright one. Oop. Not there. It's not too bad. Still a little bit. A little fuzzy. Not insanely perfect, but it'll still work. It'll catch fish. You can see the popper look it kind of gives on there in the shadow. A little bit of a overhang. Just take your scissors and carve that up. You want more of a flat face. A little bit of overhang, but not too much. There you go. A normal frog deer hair popper. And like I said before, these flies do take a little while. As you can see, this video probably took up to, I'm going to guess around 15-20 minutes almost. These flies, you gotta take your time. Gotta. And just slowly work them. But when you fish them, they're worth it. They catch fish. They catch big fish. I've caught huge smallmouth, largemouth on these fish, or flies. There's a little better one, as you can see, that I tied in the past. Just all around, good size, not out of proportion, good rubber legs. And as you get better tying with the deer hair, you can all around just get better at designing them, what kind of patterns you like. It doesn't have to be green and red like I did. You could do black and red, orange. You could do all one color if you want to. Doesn't really have much of a design if it's all one color, but you can do all one color. You can use more crystal flash, less crystal flash, more rubber legs, less rubber legs. It's all up to you and how you do it. As you can see here, this is a foam popper. I made it with deer hair in it, just to give it a lengthier body. So you can even add foam into it just to give it, just for the popper head or for the back, just to give it more float. These are actually the popper heads that I got from TCO that you can make, that are a little easier to make because all you do is slide them over the hook and super glue them together and then just tie the tail. They won't catch they can catch just as big a fish, but more than likely you go down the river, you're going to be catching a little bit smaller. That's also what I tied this fly for. This is a little popper I made without it's all out of foam, just has a wing case on the top and rubber legs to look like a grasshopper. Sunnies and smallmouth love this. And you can catch a largemouth on that too if you fish the right spots, but mainly for sunnies and smallmouth. But there you go with the red and green deer hair popper. Go out there, hit your local lake or stream, and go catch yourself some bass. We'll see you guys later.